This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, May 30th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. More violence woes for Haka. On Tuesday afternoon, the Annapolis Police Department went to the 1100 block of Frederick Douglass Street, which is in the Eastport Terrace neighborhood. When they arrived, they found that 17-year-old Jornasha King had thrown 5 kitchen knives at a 51-year-old adult male. The victim pushed her out of the home, and they began to physically fight outside. Other people came to try to break up the fight. One person, who was identified as Dryly Downs, 16, struck the male victim in the mouth with a handgun and pointed the gun at the male victim. Dryly Downs fled the area on foot. Officers were able to locate him in the 1100 block of Madison Street. The handgun has not been located. Downs was charged as an adult with first-degree assault, illegally carrying a handgun, and 4 other related charges. King, the 17-year-old girl that hit the 51-year-old man, was arrested and charged as an adult with first and second-degree assault, as well as reckless endangerment, and both of them are being held at the Jennifer Road Detention Center. Neftali Chavez, 21, of the 1200 block of Tyler Avenue, was arrested last weekend and charged with rape after police say he violated a protective order by continuing a sexual relationship with a 12-year-old girl. Now, this girl has run away from her home several times over the past month, and the Annapolis Police Department said they have responded at least 3 times to her residence. At the beginning of May, they responded for a missing girl. She returned on her own a day later. The next visit, they were called by the family, who had discovered electronic texts indicating that the girl was in a sexual relationship with the Annapolis man. She was taken to a local hospital and would not cooperate with the medical staff. Police came yet again and spoke with a girl who did say that there had been some sexual contact between her and Chavez, telling an officer she had been in his bedroom and that he had performed oral sex on her. Based on that, a temporary protective order was granted, as well as a final protective order on May 15th. She ran away once again, and officers this time did find her in Chavez's residence on Tyler Avenue. She was taken again to the local hospital for a forensic evaluation. She didn't fully cooperate. However, she did tell them that she had consensual sexual intercourse. Chavez is being held at the Jennifer Road Detention Facility on a no-bond status, and he was also charged with violating the protective order because the girl had run away after that was issued on May 15th. If you're tired of the traffic and the crowds up at the Waughchapel Town Center and Route 3 in the Crofton-Gambrills area, I've got some bad news for you. They are expanding. They're going to add nearly 80 acres, senior housing, a hotel, and flexible office space. In a press release sent out yesterday, Greenberg and Gibbons have said they are going to include 12,000 square feet of retail near the existing Mission Barbecue. There will be a combination apartment townhome project bringing 244 apartments and 52 townhomes called the Monarch by Bozzuto. There is a 98-unit townhome development by Hovanian Homes called the Enclave. And there will be an assisted living project by the Arbor Company, which will have 80 additional units. They do also plan to add a hotel next year to the area as well. To be honest with you, I don't know how much more that area can take. On a much happier note, mark your calendar for August 17th, 2019. It is the 8th annual Kegs and Corks Craft Beer and Maryland Wine Festival. They have announced their date and their entertainment. They will have more than 80 wines from Maryland, as well as 40 craft brews from across the United States. And as far as the entertainment goes, it is the Amish Outlaws, who are a blast. If you have never seen them, this is going to be a great time. Again, this is August 17th, 2019. You can get tickets at kegsandcorksfest.com. Tickets will be $45 at the gate, but right now, only through 9 o'clock on Friday night, that's Friday, May 31st, you can pick them up for $25 at kegsandcorksfest.com. Please make sure you're following us on all the right places, because we will be having some tickets to give away again this year, and I do believe we may have a discount code, but I'm not sure of that, but I don't think it's going to bring them down to $25. This is probably the best price on tickets you're going to see all year. Finally, just a reminder, as we get out of May, 66,300 Marylanders may have a problem with their licenses. We've been telling you about this for a couple months, and the MVA is recalling licenses starting June 1st. If you are not sure whether your license is subject to a recall, you want to go to mva.maryland.gov/REALID lookup. Put in your driver's license number and it will tell you. If you are not in that first batch of potentially recalled licenses, you can make an appointment to get your license compliant with the REALID law. The instructions are pretty clear on their website exactly on how to do that. But if your license is recalled and you get stopped by an officer, they will confiscate your license, and also you will not be able to get on a plane or into any federal buildings. And finally, the Baltimore Business Journal has listed the top 50 tourist spots in the Baltimore region, and we had a couple from Anne Arundel County that made the list. Actually, the number one on the list was Live Casino and Hotel, drawing 10 million visitors in 2018. Number 32 on the list, and this is great news for up in Brooklyn Park, but it's the Chesapeake Arts Center, with drawing 69,500 people. Number 33, right behind them, the Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park, drawing 50,000 people in 2018. I do think they might have missed a few. I don't know whether this was self-reported or not, but I would certainly think that Maryland Hall, Watermark Cruises, and Ram's Head on Stage are all drawing a lot of people too. All right, that does wrap it up for the news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day, because we do update it throughout the day. Click on that first link in our show notes and find out all the different ways that you can connect with us. And please give us a recommendation or a review if you're any place that you can do that. And tell your friends and family and colleagues about us as well. It is Thursday. We have Trevor with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes. And of course, as we do every day, we have George Young with your local DMV weather forecast. And he's coming up in just 1 minute. But first, I've got a message for you about MacMedics.
Have you ever been to the Annapolis Mall when it opens for the day? Maybe you've noticed the line of folks waiting to get into the Apple Store. As you may know, I'm a Mac user, and today's episode of the Daily News Brief, in fact, all of the episodes of the Daily News Brief, have been produced right here on my Mac computer. What you might not know about is MacMedics. They were founded here in Annapolis in 1989, and they are an Apple-authorized premium service provider, the only one in the Baltimore, Annapolis, D.C. area. And what that means to you is that they repair all Apple devices, including the iPhone screens and batteries, all without an appointment. And most repairs are done the same day, usually within 2 hours. They also sell everything except the iPhone and the watch for the same price as Apple. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Give them a call at 410-757-MACS, or if you're not into the whole letter thing, 410-757-6227. Stop by their retail store in Severna Park on Benfield Road, or their service center in Lanham, right off of Route 50. Or you can always check them out online at macmedics.com. I'll tell you, they've saved me quite a few times, and I know they can save you.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, May 30th. Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County generally dodged the severe weather threat yesterday, though there were a few places in the county that saw some severe rated storms in the 5 to 7 p.m. time frame. But today is a different day, and with it comes another chance for showers and thunderstorms across the region, though temps likely will stay in the 80s and not the 90s like yesterday. Then comes a great day Friday, in which skies should clear and temps should be a very comfortable 78 to 83 degrees for highs, followed by more 70s and 80s over the weekend with a daily chance of showers and thunderstorms as skies remain a bit unsettled. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
There is a diamond of diamonds. It's from De Beers. Only 14 diamond tears in the world can touch them. Its name, Forevermark. And Zachary's is the only jeweler in the Annapolis area that has it. Not only is it beautiful and rare, it has a story, supporting women in diamond-producing areas around the world. So when you give a Forevermark diamond, you don't just give, you give back. Zachary's and Forevermark, a jeweler and a jewel. Online at zacharysjewelers.com.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker's Minute, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Tomorrow at Whole Foods in Annapolis is The Secret of Cooking with Spices. Join Chef Alba Johnson and learn about Mediterranean recipes such as pita bread crostini with za'atar spices, chickpea Swiss chard stew in 7-spice blend, Moroccan lemon chicken and olives in 5-spice blend, and exotic sesame-coated dates in spices and rosewater. Make your own spice blends and receive a chart of the most commonly used spices and their uses. Also at Whole Foods on Tuesday is their Half Pint Kids Club, featuring tortilla pizzas for ages 3 to 5. Saturday is National Trails Day. Get out and enjoy some local parks and trails. In particular, celebrating Trails Day are Greenbelt Park, with no entrance fee and 9 miles of trails, Sandy Point State Park, where you can join a naturalist and see what's out and about on Simby Trail, Jug Bay Wetland Sanctuary, with a birdwalk guided hike, and Kinder Farm Park in Millersville, where admission to the park is free, and you can check out their 5-kilometer and 10-kilometer trails on natural surfaces. You can also check out their visitor center with items from early farm life in Anne Arundel County. The Tobacco Barn Museum is open, and antique tractors and a working sawmill are in the farm complex area. Also check out the farm animals that the 4-H Livestock Club takes care of. On Sunday down in Fairfax is the 6th annual Nova Maker Fair. The Northern Virginia Maker Fair is the biggest in the area, located at George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia. It's a really great festival featuring everything STEM. Tons of local and not so local groups showing off everything from woodworking, blacksmithing, fiber arts, animation, robotics, glass blowing, custom electric skateboards, aquaponics, printmaking, gardening, soap making, coding, cosplay, jewelry making, lapidary arts, wood turning, lumber milling, baking, drones, as well as their take-apart junk lab, where you're invited to disassemble common household appliances to see what makes them tick. If you have any kind of interest in any kind of STEM-related activities, this is the place to go. It really is a great show. This weekend is the start of Annapolis Arts Week. There's all kinds of stuff going on around the city, but you should definitely check out the kickoff party at Prism on the upper part of West Street. There's going to be a lot of local artists there, as well as our new neighbors, Dangerously Delicious Pies. Check that out on Saturday. And on Sunday is First Sunday Annapolis, where you always find tons of local artists and all kinds of fun stuff going on. Starting Sunday and running all next week is Paint Annapolis. In its 16th year, this is a multi-day juried plein air painting competition that brings 29 distinguished artists from around the globe, selected to paint 300 landscape works highlighting the architecture, marine atmosphere, and energy of Annapolis. Pieces will be made available to the public at the collector's reception on Friday, June 7th. And this week at Art Farm in Annapolis, don't miss their grand reopening and gallery event tomorrow night at their new location on Chickapin Round Road in the Annapolis Design District. A night of celebration to show off their new location, featuring artists including Charles Lawrence, Jeff Huntington, Joseph Carr, Christine Laubach, Jimmy Davies, and Neil Harp. Also check out their summer camps. So many fun camps to choose from, and registration is now open. At the Benjamin Banneker Museum and Park in Ellicott City, tomorrow they're having birding walks at Banneker Park and Trolley Trail. Spring is a great time of year to look for songbirds on their journey north. Enjoy a walk in the park and look for year-round avian residents, those arriving for summer nesting, and those just passing through on their way north. All levels of birders are welcome. Register in advance to reserve binoculars or bring your own. And a big congratulations to the Banneker Park and Museum on celebrating their 21st year. On Saturday, they'll be having music, a dedication ceremony, and a guest author and historian discussing black migrations and life in Baltimore City. And this week at Annapolis Makerspace, don't miss us on Sunday at the First Sunday Arts Festival. We'll be on the first block of West Street, and we'll be happy to talk to you about whatever questions you have about the Makerspace. Monday is our weekly electronics class. Tuesday is our monthly Fusion 360 3D design workshop. And as always, Wednesdays are our woodworking night, and Thursdays are our electronics night. And if you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org, or just drop me a line and let me know what we could be doing better. Also be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Meetup to keep up on everything that's going on with us. And you can catch me tonight and every Thursday night at Annapolis Makerspace on Renard Court for Electronics Night. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.